Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Tiffany. Today you are getting my hands. My sister painted them for me, so yay. If you haven't seen already any of my bullet journal setup videos, definitely I will leave them linked and you can watch them. Watch those first and then come back here. But I am super excited to dive into this new bullet journal I have. I did simple spreads, but they're functional and I'm going to use them. I have been using them already in the first week of January and I'm super excited about them. But this video is not about Ricardo. It is about my old bullet journal. So although it is very beautiful, my new one, I'm going to place him off to the side. And if you want to see what's already in my bullet journal, definitely click the link and watch those videos as well, either right now or after this video, whichever is fine. So with him off to the side, I want to bring in my 2023 bullet journal. So I wanted to do this video to show you guys my journal, what I did with it, how I used it last year, and all that stuff. So let's just jump into it. I added this piece of paper with 2023 on the front just because I do want to add it to my other one or something similar so I can keep track of the year, but I might end up just adding something on the spine instead, so when it's in a bookshelf I can find it quickly. Now, if you didn't watch my setup video, I name all of my journals, so I saw somebody else do it and I thought it was cute. So this one is Calum and it means clouds, which is why I drew some clouds on there. I have some random sticky notes of ideas for bullet journal spreads on here. And then on this front page I have my key. As you can tell, I never used the index page, so there's that. We'll skip through all of these blank index pages. And then this bullet journal actually started off as a, I guess, pretend bullet journal or a content creating bullet journal where I would just make spreads to share with you guys instead of actually like using them, because I had a separate bullet journal at the time, which I think is either in storage or I have no idea where it is. So I have a few grid spacing pages and some random things as well. Had to grab me some water because my throat is acting up. So this is most similar to what I have in my new bullet journal. It's a little bit different, but it's the most similar. Then I have this 2-page grid spread, and this was helpful for me, but I feel like 2 pages just takes up so much space. I didn't want to add that to my new bullet journal. And then I have this one that is just kind of straight up confusing. So I think if I color coded these it would be fine, but anyway. Then I have a year at a glance spread, and it's just a 1-page spread. I didn't even bother filling out the days on there, the calendar. Then I have another spread, and I used the little stamp that I have for just to practice, I guess, or to make it. I didn't even do all of these. I don't know. Then I have another kind of base spread. Didn't bother adding the calendars to these either. And then I have a brain dump page. So back in 2022, which is when I started doing these little things, I was in pre-med, and so I wanted to do a kind of pre-med themed journal, and I did in my other white journal. So I used this to kind of brain dump what I wanted each month's theme and drawing to be. Then I have a weekly schedule for like school. I have 2 different versions, and so I think I ended up using this one in my actual journal. I really wish I had it so I can flip through and show you guys that as well. And then I had a habit / mood tracker kind of thing. I don't know where I was going with that mood tracker. Maybe fill in a line every day. I really don't know, but there's that. Then I have this weekly setup. These are actually two kind of separate weekly setups. Very simple, very easy to do, nothing crazy. Although this year I did realize I like having a calendar on every weekly setup page, and I think I prefer a double like page spread, so I think that's what I'm going to continue to do this year. And then another weekly spread, but these are good ideas, like if I ever wanted to do something different, I have them. And here I was trying to set up my new bullet journal, the white one I don't currently have, and I wanted to write and keep track of like what I wanted from my bullet journal, like why I wanted it and why it was important for me to have certain spreads. So next I have another semester spread. I really have no idea what I was going for with this spread. Maybe these are the hours for my classes. I quite literally do not know. I'm going to keep this page over because I have some private information on there. Then I have this April spread, and it's a weekly spread, and this is kind of similar to what I have going on now. I don't think I posted my January spread because I didn't film it, but I will do a flip through. But I have this section to the side on some of my weekly spreads, and this section off to the side as well. So yeah. Then I have another weekly spread, which I really like this weekly spread. I think I actually ended up using it again in my November spread. I really can't remember, but I used it again last year in 2023. And then I had a like kind of brain dump page again, and then the next page has more personal information, so I'm just going to skip over that. And then this is how I set up let me grab a drink. This is how I set up my monthly spread and my mood trackers or like habit trackers. So as you can see, I sucked at keeping track of everything. Like I think I did do some YouTube. This was December 2022. Just kidding. December of 2022 was crap for me. It was horrible. I didn't do anything. I didn't keep track because I didn't do it, and I didn't do it because I didn't keep track, and it was just a bad month for me. So yeah, I'm gonna skip over to this page here, and actually I want to show you guys a weekly spread. Let me see. Here we go. So this was my December weekly spreads. So back in 2022, I wanted to do a weekly spread and then do daily spreads. So that's what I did. That's how I set it up. So this is the weekly spread I had going on, and I love this like ornament kind of simple design that I had. And I actually used this spread in my January bullet journal for like 2 pages, and I really love it, but I wanted to add a little bit more to it, so I'm doing a 2-page spread now. Anywho, and then the daily spread I really didn't use as much. I really didn't want to take up so many pages on a daily spread that I wasn't going to use, because I had a separate journal at this time to write everything down in, and I never used the to-do or ideas list, but I did use the journal at some point in time, and I like having like the time frame so I know how long it takes me to do certain things. But here is like me using the time frame. I would just color it in, and as you can see, I never used the bottom. Another example, this is our Christmas list. But I just never used it. I used this one day, but it wasn't really used enough to make it a good enough like reason to waste pages, basically. Then I tried in January to do a new, like I guess a New Year spread or whatever, a year at a glance spreads, and I really like this one. This one's pretty nice. but I don't think it left much space for a calendar. And then I did again the same spread, and I tried it out. I actually messed up and made the error, so I added next week and highlights in this one. But yeah, I did the daily page, and I tried to switch it up without the to-do list and ideas because I never used it. And then we got as far as January 2nd, and then I stopped. And then here we have August spread, and so I used that same monthly kind of vibe for August, and then I did a habit tracker and a mood tracker as well. It's gonna be kind of difficult to show you guys this stuff because I have a lot of personal things on here, but I'll just block them out as I go. But this is kind of the vibe. I cut the pages so they're like half pages, and yeah, I basically just used them as I went. And this is a different spread. I think this was the same. And then I used this spread for my sister's schooling stuff. I did a little budget thing, and then I started my end of the month review here. Then I was really bad at monthly trackers. I like sucked at monthly trackers, but I did a double spread calendar. So then the next month I did a mood tracker, and then my Bible reading plan tracker, and more spreads. And I basically just reused the same spread, and then a budget, and at the bottom my month in review. Then I made a end of year goals page and a third quarter page, and I actually forgot to add a first quarter page for my new one, but that's fine. I did this I guess one page calendar spread, and then all the dots are the days I forgot to track whether or not I did something, so I couldn't tell for sure if I actually did it or if I didn't. Love that for us. So yeah, then I have the budget and reading plan, my calendar, and this is kind of like the vibe I went with for my new one. For like my new spreads, I think I'm gonna keep kind of this vibe, and then this part is going to be like a meal planning section. And like I said, I really like that one that I did for the sample, so I redid it. End of year, and then again November. As you can see, I wasn't really good at tracking anything. The budget, our weeklies, I was really bad at getting things done. So anywho, then I have my December spreads, and I didn't even bother filling out my habit trackers because I knew I wasn't gonna even use them. So there's that. Then I have the tracker for the Bible plans, my budget, my weeklies, and the end of the month. I didn't even do an end of the month review. So then I have these pages here where I did like little devotionals, so I'll quickly flip through those. They're like scrapbook kind of vibe. They're very cute. I really like them. Some cuter than others, obviously. But they're very pretty, and I thoroughly enjoyed them. So yeah, then I basically just used the rest of these pages for random thoughts and ideas. So I had a lot left over from my bullet journal, so I used a lot of it for just random pages and things like that. That is basically my journal for 2023.